46 degrees out there, but today is going to be a much better day than yesterday.
Yeah, wait till this weekend gets here. It's going to be really good. Hey, good morning. I'm Jamie Cooper. Thank y'all for getting up with us on this Wednesday morning edition of Cooper and Company Live. This is, as you know, Athens in the AM. A little rain outside right now. May rain all day. She'll tell you more about that in just a moment. Old Frank's on the phone, too. Roy joins us this morning. Tom, what's shaking, Roy?
I just can't wait to talk about Obama.
I thought you were going to talk about Valentine's Day.
Is that today?
Tomorrow. Tom, what's up?
Oh, just talking about Alabama football. See how Saban's going to handle his situation.
Zach, if you're watching this morning, why didn't you text me that information? He texted right after I got through with Tim yesterday on the show, Tim's Cajun Kitchen. It was Fat Tuesday, you know. All y'all went over that way and celebrated. He texted 4 ball players arrested. We'll talk more exclusively, not exclusively, everybody in America is talking about right now that hates Bama, but we'll talk about it and give you all my opinion on that in just a moment, too. Thugs. Who beats up a college student, attacks them, and steals their backpack? And it had to happen at Alabama. So, anyway. They should be suspended. We'll talk about that. They are suspended, but they ain't, as far as I know right now, have not been kicked off the team. We'll discuss that in just a little bit, too. Johnny Lee Dees will be with us later on. We'll talk about the Pope. You know he resigned, Roy.
I do know that.
The first time in 700 years. So I'm applying for that since I used to go to Catholic Church.
Go for it.
It's just that celibacy thing I can't live with. I would like riding around in that Pope mobile. Plus, we're going to talk about Valentine's Day. Special treat coming up tomorrow morning here on the program. My newest best friend, Zeke. Zeke's going to be cooking me something good tomorrow. And y'all, too, if y'all in here. And then tomorrow night at his place up at Pizza Inn. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. Well, let's get it cranking the day before Valentine's Day. Valentine's Eve. So we'll get it. Y'all could have brought me some chocolate. Here's Gloria to tell you how cold it's going to be this weekend.
Let's talk about how cold it's going to be this weekend. For many of you who like colder weather, you're going to see it, of course, over the weekend. And 23 is one of the lows on one of the days. But 40 in the 40s this morning. High temperatures of 47 today, so not going to warm up a whole lot more. But at least the rain should be clearing out this morning. Tomorrow, high temperatures around 58, low of 35. At least some sunshine comes out. And look at the rest of the forecast. Don't forget, there is, of course, Blossoms. You can give them a call. They're located in Ardmore, but give them a call to go ahead and get those orders in for Valentine's Day. And look at there, Saturday, 23. Sunday for that low. It's going to be cold.
Man, it's too bad the chili challenge ain't this weekend. It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
That's next weekend.
I don't know about that.
So, you know, chili challenge coming up next weekend. So what's happening, Tom?
I don't know. I'm trying to get a few things in order here this morning.
State of the Union last night. I didn't watch it, but I'm sure I've got an article coming up in the paper. It's the front page USA Today and everything else. You know, President Obama. That's all we got, so we got to learn to deal with it.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Hey, let me ask y'all, before we get on Bama football, and I'll get on it in just a moment, story in Hustle Times this morning, what do y'all think? You know, President Obama wants to raise the minimum wage to $9 an hour.
Idiot.
Y'all get a raise. What do you think the average wage in Huntsville, Alabama is? The average wage.
It's over that, I'm sure.
Don't
go too far out on a limb, Roy.
And I know Huntsville's a very
$13.50.
Not a progressive city.
You were closer than I was. I said
the average wage, and Huntsville has the highest wage of any city in the state of Alabama.
You need a job in Huntsville.
$23.78 an hour.
Wow, that's awesome.
An hour. Mobile's got $22.46. Gadsden says here, Athens, Alabama, $30 an hour average wage if you work at ZTV 11, based on the time worked, Abby.
I think that's what is down at Priceville.
Huntsville's average hourly wage is $23.78, and it went down 6.5% over the last 2 years.
Goodness.
That's pretty good.
That is good. Where do they work?
Get me a job in Huntsville.
No kidding. We both need a job.
I don't know. Roy, when's the last time you had a real, I'm talking about a real job where you had to work for somebody else.
Oh, good grief. I've been pretty much self-employed since I was 19.
When's the last time you worked for somebody else?
Back in the 70s.
14 years ago?
I worked at Channel 31. That's the only job I ever had.
14 years ago, I guess I had a real job.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Roy, I got something.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. I got something to tell you, Roy. I bet you didn't know. Do you know that coming up next week, you will have had DirecTV for exactly 15 years?
No, I didn't know that.
Because yesterday was the 15th year, 15 years ago, when I met Gloria and called you that day, right as I started to call you yesterday, but I figured you wouldn't take my call.
What was it you said? I have met the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
Let's hear that again, Roy. What did you say, Roy?
He told me to say that.
Yeah, but it was 15 years ago, so
Claims love at first sight.
we made our first trip to your place.
That's right. I remember.
And they've never been the same. Well, there's a picture of me right there. It's me on the left. That's a nice outfit. You still got that dress?
I do, actually.
All right. All right. Bama won last. We'll get back to that. I just wanted you to know, 15 years, Roy.
15 years.
Who'd ever thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah. Let's get on some good news for Bama right now. Bama did beat Georgia last night in basketball, 52-45 victory. It was kind of ugly according to this, but not near as ugly what happened down at Tuscaloosa. 4 tied players. I know y'all already heard all this. Callaway, Hayes, Pettaway, and Williams all have been suspended. That's the article in USA Today this morning, saying now what is Nick Saban going to do? According to Coach Saban, this behavior is unacceptable for any student-athlete at the University of Alabama and not representative of our football program. Well, no, I mean, that's a good statement. Kevin Skrabinski comes out this morning on AL.com. There's the 4 that were arrested. 2 of them, the ringleaders, Eddie Williams. He was a #1 athlete out of Florida a year ago. #1 now, the athlete in the state of Florida. Skrabinski's this morning says, first things first, blame the punks. Blame Eddie Williams, Tyler Hayes, Dennis DJ Pettaway, and Williams admitted to both robbery and assault. They hit this kid in the back, assaulted him, I think knocked him out basically, stole his backpack. And then your buddy from Russellville, Callaway, takes the credit card and goes to a vending machine with it. I mean, that's all he used it for. It says here, but Saban does control who gets to play on his football team. They said what he should have done, this is Skrabinski's article coming out. He said that Saban should immediately have kicked the 4 off the football team.
I agree.
But as of right now, they've only been suspended, not totally gotten dismissed.
Right.
Now, will he come out and do? Now, they all 4 played this past year. Let's see what else he's got to say. I know all y'all have heard this morning, and I'm the big Alabama fan as you get. Most of us are. Says here, Callaway may have forfeited his Alabama football future because that is his second arrest. The first one happened in 2011. Says, despite seeing Nick Saban's perception of him as a dictator who strikes fear in everything in his orbit, he's very much a player's coach. But they're saying here he should have dismissed them immediately where they would no longer be able to. Now, if this has changed, somebody please notify me at 603-4848. But right now, they've only been suspended. Now, go to the Twitter account. You do Twitter? You tweet? If I do, it's an accident. Josh Chapman says, I just don't understand the decision these boys made. Nowadays, free scholarship, free room, and free food. Jim Rome, who used to be with ESPN now, here's what he says. He's with CBS now, I think. Bama players clocking students to rip their plastic to go on a vending machine bender. Saban now has 4 mugshots to go with his 4 BCS titles. Hey, Rome, cram it. Paul Feinbaum, who's still around. Nick Saban's message was clear, concise, and essentially said, good riddance to the 4 players. O.J. Howard, isn't he that new tight end we got?
Yeah.
Your character's like an iceberg because the most important part, Roy, you're not seeing it 90% of the time. And what's always I used to tell Cassidy when I used to speak to him, character is something you have when nobody's looking.
That's right. It's what you do when
What you
nobody's
do when no
looking.
one's looking?
Okay, a couple more sound off here from AL.com. These young men have ruined their lives. It was a golden opportunity. They blew it. Give somebody else a chance. Goes on, kick them off the team and take their rings too. The way I look at it, they need to be kicked off the team.
Right.
And the good news is
can't
that
take their
just
rings
opens
away
up
from them.
4 new spots.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
right.
Didn't they
What'd
need
you
the
say?
space? You can't take their rings away from them.
That's just what somebody here was saying.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get
They
to...
probably sold them, you're right.
Well, I don't know why they
They
didn't.
may have.
All right, all you people out there trying to lose weight besides taking dieters like USA Today this morning, Lean Cuisine has recalled 500,000 meals.
Goodness.
Lean Cuisine lovers, including Abby Cooper, check your freezers. Nestle says it is recalling 500,000 dishes of frozen Lean Cuisine mushroom ravioli. What you're eating? Because 3 customers reported finding glass fragments in the entrees.
Really?
Yep.
That's dangerous.
Not good.
That's right. Oh, also, and on that Carnival cruise line, we ain't going to cruise, right?
That's right.
Anyway, this thing got stranded. They're towing it. You kept up with
You
this?
just said we should go.
4,200 passengers. Well, they're towing it to Mobile. It won't get there till tomorrow afternoon. There is no running water on this ship. Toilets, this USA, the toilets are overflowing,
Ew.
But
and people are getting sick. So,
Okay, maybe that cruise idea is not a good idea.
all right, Roy, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. What do y'all have special down at Herbs and More?
Nothing.
Don't get 10% off each and every Wednesday down at
Vitamins for
Herbs
your
and
loved
More.
ones.
Down at Herbs and More, yeah. Get your sweetie some vitamins. You got any chocolate?
Try to
We
keep
got
them
some
healthy.
his and her vitamins that'll really help you out, so that's my
Really?
fault.
How come I ain't tested none of those?
You don't
We got
need
some at work
none of
from
those.
time.
All right, this out of the News Courier this morning. Facts and superstitious. February 14th around the world. People exchange gifts, chocolates, whatever. Valentine's Day believed to originated from celebration in Rome during the 5th century. About the last time, I guess, a pope resigned.
yeah.
The Catholic Church acknowledges at least 3 different saints named Valentine or Valentinus. Valentine's Day greetings are popular through the Middle Age only. The oldest known written Valentine, written by Frank Scripture, was in 1914. It was actually the Duke of Orleans to his wife while he was in prison. Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, the most popular holidays to give flowers. Yesterday, Roy, we had a story on
Don't
some
get
roses
flowers.
you can get that are 6 feet high, the stem. You can order those, what were they, $300 a dozen?
300.
Insane.
$300 a dozen. According to Hallmark, women purchase 85% of all Valentines.
Really?
Yep. Some tales suggest that a type of bird a girl watches on Valentine's Day predicts her future husband.
A type of bird.
That's what it is. Some tales suggest
Maybe
that the type
someone
of
can tell
bird a
me
girl
about
watches
birds.
predicts her future husband. A bluebird indicates a happy man, while a sparrow indicates a poor man.
What is a cardinal? They're my favorites.
Abby, why don't you go ride with Roy and check out them eagles at his place? I don't know, it didn't go any
They're
further than
beautiful,
that.
though.
Huh?
They're beautiful.
You probably saw a vulture flying over that you hooked up on me.
Great. A buzzard, right?
All right, speaking of Valentine's Day, if you're looking for a place to go tomorrow night, Roy, if you want to stay in Limestone County, treat Gwen to something special, take her up
This
to
would be better than
this
Rose's.
place.
That's right, Zeke's, because they're having 2 steaks, loaded baked potatoes, 2 drinks, 2 desserts, only $25.99. And don't forget, he's also going to make that French silk topped with strawberries, whipped cream, and shaved chocolate.
Wait a minute, you can get all
All of
that
that.
for
A meal
under
for 2.
$30?
Yeah.
Yep, you
pretty
sure
awesome.
can.
That's good.
And no reservation?
No reservation, but we'll ask him. He'll be with us tomorrow.
Now, Zeke is going to prepare us that meal in here tomorrow morning for a Valentine's Day breakfast.
You'll do anything to get out of a Valentine's Day, won't you? Doing something. You're going to have him come up here and cook
No,
us
I got a
something.
stick of chocolate for you.
Yeah, uh-huh. I like chocolate.
Don't forget, Roy, give me some of them things before you leave.
Not a chocolate lover.
We're going to come back just a little bit, talk to Roy. When we come right back, we'll do a little bit of news on this Wednesday morning edition of Cooper Coming Live. If you got a comment you'd like to make, keep it to yourself. I'm too busy this morning to listen to you.
No.
Alabama, roll tide. Got to take a break. Be right back.
A few.
Y'all hang on.